Okay, so welcome to your Lost Tapes DVD, and this should be the fourth video that you're watching in the entire package that you got with Prolific Shooting. And the reason it's the fourth video is because in those first three videos we covered kind of the principles that you need to know before you get into your actual program. But now, this DVD is where we really reveal the 16-week program and everything that you're going to do to become just a deadly, incredible, unstoppable shooter. So video, you're going to see first of all a presentation going through just a couple key points that you should know before you actually watch all the drills, and then after that you'll see full out demonstrations, pretty raw footage of our workouts, and again it's very raw, so if we miss, you see it. We just basically went in the gym over the course of about 2 days and did every single workout A to Z, so very exhausting as you can imagine. But if we miss, you see it. At one point I actually slip, I almost do the splits on the floor because there's like a puddle of water, and so again it's very raw. You see everything, we didn't hold anything back, and that's probably the way it should be, you know, with actual basketball training DVDs. I hate these DVDs that, you know, they try to make the guy look like a superhero. So again, this is very raw. You see everything, and I think that's the way it should be. So first of all, we'll get into that presentation, and then we'll get into the actual raw footage. Okay, so take a look, and I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so let's get into the lost tapes, and just a couple quick points that we have to really hit home before we actually get into the workout footage. And again, this is raw, real-world workout footage from your 16-week program. My training partner Mike and I just kind of ran through all these workouts in 2 days, which was very exhausting. But again, we just did it. It's all really raw footage. So if we miss, you see it. If I fall down in the middle of the court, you see it. But so we'll just get into the main things that you have to know before getting into your 16-week program. So first of all, what we're going to cover in this DVD is the physical warm-up. So the warm-up that really gets our body ready for training. Then the feel warm-up. So we're getting our skills and our feel for the ball and our handle kind of ready. And then we're going to get into the main drill series, all the different drills that you see in your program, in your gym swipe file. And then finally the testing drills. So it's really important to note the weekly structure and how we've really structured the program to hit every single component of your prolific shooting ability. So there's 4 days in the program with an optional day 5, and I truly believe that if you do day 5, you kind of have to gauge it, because if you're feeling run down, then I'd say you should skip the day 5. But if you do have that kind of time and you have that extra day, I would go ahead and do an extra quickness day. So the daily schedule, the rotation is day 1, focused on repetition, so it's your repetition workout. Day 2 is quickness, day 3 is movement, day 4 is testing, and then of course the optional day 5 is just repeating the exact same workout from quickness day again. So the reason we set it up this way is to hit every single aspect of prolific shooting, all those 5 factors within these days, okay? And the reason we actually repeat the quickness day is because we essentially have 2 repetition days. With the testing is basically a repetition day, just focus on testing our progress, and then obviously we have that other repetition day. And the movement day is very physically intensive, so I didn't want to repeat that because it'll tend to overtrain some players. But the quickness day is kind of the perfect day to kind of repeat, get a little more, a little smoother stroke going, hammer it home a little bit more, just get a little more practice time in. So the workout structure is also really important, and with the workout structure we always begin with the physical warm-up that we will show in the video. Then we move on to the field warm-up, which again will show all the workouts are in there for you. Then we get into ball handling, and now we've included a free ball handling program for my friend Alex Morocco, and it's a good ball handling program. You can do it pretty fast. It takes about 10 minutes, and it's called Basement Ball Handling, and it's kind of a simple version of a ball handling program called Effective Handle, and you can actually get that entire program at effectivehandle.com. But that is probably the best ball handling resource. But in case you didn't want to invest in Effective Handle, we did give you that free program, so you can use that as well. And there is some specific ball handling drills in the field warm-up. So we've included some ball handling drills that I've found actually help with things like bounce to pocket speed and stuff like that. So we've included those in your workout. Now, your prolific shooting workouts come last, and there's a very specific set-by-set progression that we need to follow within the workouts, and they're all within your gym swipe file for you to see. So just a couple key points before we get into the actual workout footage. I want to make a couple things clear because it might be a little confusing watching it at first, because we actually went and did every single workout A to Z in the program, and when we edited it, it ended up being over 6 hours long, and that was taking out the parts where we were resting, obviously, but it still ended up being over 6 hours long. And this DVD is obviously pretty long to begin with, so we actually took out little pieces that we felt no one really needed to actually see, and it would have just been boring to see. But just remember to obviously reference your gym swipe file. So what we've tried to do in this video is just show the important points that you need to see to kind of grasp the drill, and we've detailed all the drills in your gym swipe file, so it should be really easy to follow along. We haven't had any problems with players misunderstanding yet. Everybody seems to get it really well, so I'm not too worried. Just wanted to make sure that you understood that we didn't film every single set and every rep because it would have been over 6 hours, but it's important to take note of these angles. Okay, so you see these boxes of the diagram of the court drawn right here, and we've drawn it kind of sloppily. It was just my computer drawing skills, but again, we've just drawn the angles that you need to know and take note of within the program. So whenever it says 5 angles, and it will within your program and within this video, that references the first actual image. So as you can see, there's 5 different angles there: the 2 baselines, the 2 wings, and the top, and that's where you'll be shooting from. And obviously we give distances within the program. So when it says 7 angles, that's obviously the image below. So 2 baselines, 2 wings, 2 elbows, and the top point. So if it doesn't say either 5 angles or 7 angles, we will be specific and say only on the baselines or only on the wings, or maybe the 2 wings and at the top or something like that. But it's always really clear. But I just wanted to get those 2 sets of angles across so that you are completely clear on what we're kind of doing within this DVD and within your program. Now, it's important to follow this program to a T, okay? Follow it to a T. There's very, very specific drill progressions and progressions through the series that we've taken years and years to develop, and it really does work well. So even if maybe a drill seems simple or a progression seems simple, still take the time to go through that specific progression, because it always leads into something more advanced, and it's always very strategic. So just make sure you follow it to a T. I know as a player I like to jump around and tweak different programs and things, and I know that I would have been more successful just doing programs as they are and as they're written out. So make sure, my advice to you is just do it as written, and it will work for you. It's worked for many, many, many players, okay? Now, a big question I get is on training partners, and do you need to have a training partner to do these workouts? And the answer is absolutely no. Okay, I didn't have a training partner for probably like 99% of the time I was in the gym while I actually did these workouts as a player and as I was developing them. So you don't need a training partner, and many times it kind of slows it down because the training partner has to go through the drill right after you do, and then it gets kind of complicated. So in these videos I did have a training partner, because obviously the video would be a lot longer if I didn't have a partner rebounding for me. But in this case, you don't have to have a training partner. It does sometimes help, because then you get a rebounder, and then you get a little more rest, and the quality of the reps is a bit better. But again, you don't have to have a training partner. There's no excuses to not do the program as it's written. You can do all the drills on your own. You just have to obviously rebound the ball and then get back in position and then do it again, and then spin the ball to yourself to pass, to mimic a pass. But that's about it. So it's not hard to do it on your own. I always did these on my own, or pretty much always, and I know most players tend to do them on their own. So Real simple, just a couple key points I wanted to get across. And as you're watching this workout footage, make sure you're following along in your gym swipe file, because that's how it's all going to kind of sink in for you, and you'll really understand the program better and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis. So again, this is just some raw footage that we've taken out, and we've had to clip it. Obviously, we don't show every set and every rep and every angle, but we do show enough to kind of get across the point of the drill and demonstrate it pretty well. And just one more quick thing before we get into the actual drill footage, feel free to fast forward through it. And I know that's kind of unconventional to say, feel free to fast forward through the video, but we kind of had to strike a balance between showing not enough and showing too much. And just to be safe, we kind of erred on the side of showing too much of each drill. So as soon as you get the point of it, you can feel free, if you want to, fast forward through the remaining sets and reps of that actual drill, because again, this whole video with everything put together is over an hour long, so it would be kind of boring to watch us go through unnecessary sets and reps when you already understand the purpose of the drill. Okay, so just wanted to give you that quick option. I know that if I sat down to watch something, I would want to get straight to the point right away and then take action on it, and I'm sure you're the same way. So if you do understand the entire drill and you're getting a little bit bored with the length of this video, then go ahead and fast forward it. Again, we had to show just enough to get across the point for every single player, and we wanted to make sure that everyone really understood it. So if that meant that we had to show a little too much, then that's what we did. So if you already understand the purpose of the drill, just go ahead, fast forward through it. No problem there at all. Okay, so with that little bit out of the way, let's get right into the actual raw workout footage, beginning with our physical warm-up. Okay, so watch the video. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you on the other side.
Black Jesus.
Yeah. What? One, two, yeah. What?
Okay, so that brings us to the end of our Lost Tapes video, and this is the fourth video in the entire series, and that kind of completes the video demonstration package. Now, I hope you got a ton out of that actual step-by-step demonstration. I know it was really long, but again, we tried to make it as clear as possible for you to go in and take this to the gym with you and really know exactly what to do every single day. Now, the next step, well, first of all, the next step is if you did find those drills kind of advanced and you're not sure if you can, shoot three-pointers with a lot of consistency and things like that, I recommend going ahead and watching the youth training video and the youth program video and seeing if that program might be more appropriate for you for a month, 2 months, or a little bit longer than that, just to really rework your form and step out to progress from maybe shooting 15-footers to 20-footers to get to the point where you can actually do the real prolific shooting program. So that's the first step. If this was a little bit advanced for you, go ahead and take a look at the youth program, and that should work a lot better. Now, the next step is to actually go ahead and do the main program. Whichever of those programs that you do, you got to take action and get in the gym and really do them, okay? So right now, go ahead and if you haven't printed off your gym swipe file, do that right now. Put it in like a binder or somewhere that you can keep it and take it with you to the gym. So take that with you to the gym and get moving on your real program, okay? The key is to really take action and get after it. And don't wait till Monday, don't wait till next week, don't wait any days. Just go ahead and start the 4-day rotation right now, okay? And you'll be very, very successful. Now, while you're doing that program, what you need to do is go ahead and download that audio coaching call that we've given to you with your whole package. Download that to your MP3 player, your iPod, or whatever, and try to listen to it. And this is the key, try to listen to it 7 times in the next 30 days. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you can listen to it 7 times in the next 30 days, that's actually the key to studies have shown that really rapidly accelerates the learning process. And you'll find yourself kind of just inherently knowing what to do on the floor. And listening to it 7 times in the next 30 days will really make it become second nature in your mind. It'll help you out a ton. So I really, really recommend that you do that. And besides that, so go ahead, take a look at the youth program if you need to. If you can do these drills, then go ahead and get after your program. Follow along in your gym swipe file, listen to the audios, and that brings us to the end of the prolific shooting package. So the next step is to actually get in the gym and do it. So I know that if you follow it to a T, it's worked for hundreds of athletes and if not thousands of athletes, and it's really, really developed some incredible shooters. It's worked for me, it's worked for Mike in the video and all his athletes. It just flat out works. So I know it will work for you if you follow it down to a T and really train hard and take action on this program, okay? So thank you again for investing in this program and investing in your game and being a serious athlete, because those are the athletes we love to work with and we love to see be successful. So again, if you need anything, let me know. If you have a success story, I'd love to hear it. Let me know about your success with the program, and also keep updated on the Basketball Renegades website, because I'm always in there adding free content to really complete the package and help you become a multi-dimensional player, not just a shooter. We deal with things like vertical jump and lifting and nutrition, all that kind of good stuff. So you'll really, really, really want to stay updated on there. And there's also a free report that you can get called Secrets of the Pros Exposed. And that kind of outlines systems of basketball training that you can just plug and play in your training. And I know it will help you quite a bit, okay? So thanks again for investing in this program, investing in your game, and I wish you the best of luck.